Okay, welcome back for the third installment of this series. We're going to start working on our requested supplies and equipment tab right here. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the infrastructure set up for it. So really this is the screen we use to put our individual items that we're ordering on. So we're going to put our headers in first, like we did on the other one. So we're going to put some labels in here. So we'll put it right here. First one will be the actual item. So we'll go item. We'll make the background color black so it doesn't blend in with everything else. We'll make the font color white. We'll center this. We'll bold it. And we'll make this like 20. Okay. And then we're going to copy. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, 7 columns. So we'll go 6 more. Alright, so I'll move them over here. Just give me my actions. Okay. Now. That's our actions tab. This one will be low cost. And if it gets low crush, that's fine. I'm going to double the size anyway, so I'm just going to get everything in here. So B, unit cost. This one will be quantity. Nomenclature. And this one will be NSN. And this is your item. There we go. Here's all our costs. Now, of course, I'm going to have to add some more, because I got to put labels for the actions. So we're going to set this to 80. And I'll grab this, copy, paste. Make it a little smaller. This one will be add row. Okay. And then the other one delete row. type needs to be 40. Okay. Delete row. Alright, so now we got to add okay, now we're going to put in our gallery to create our edit form, right? Our edit, or our grid view like we do in SharePoint. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a blank vertical gallery. So let's do that. Open layout. Since all our rows are going to be the same, we can just do a blank vertical gallery. Let's move them down here. And let's take up the rest of the space. Now the bottom's going to come up a little bit because I got to put I'm going to put a total value down here at the end. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our thing, and we're going to filter our data source, which is now the request supply list. This is the one time we use our list. Everything else is based on the library. And then we're going to say the request ID equals gallery 1 dot selected dot ID. Okay, so basically it's only going to show the items. As you can see, we have a couple things in here that's going to show up. Okay, so now we're going to put in our fields, right? So now this stuff needs to be changeable, so we got to use text. We got to use text inputs for these. So we're going to go insert. Wait, before we do that, I'm going to move this up. Just an 8 in here. All right, so we're going to go text input. We're going to put it all the way over, and then we're going to line it up with our headers, right? And then I'm going to copy and paste. Drop back, paste. Oh, that's not nearly close enough. There we go. Right there's where we want it. It's always fun trying to get the boxes to end where they're supposed to. And then let's do my quantity. Now, total cost is not going to be a text input because I want it to, I don't want it to be able to change it. So I'm going to make it into a label. So we're going to insert a text label. And it's going to go right here. And then over here are going to be 2 icons. Okay? So we're going to need an add icon. And we're going to make this like 35. Okay. And then we're going to go copy paste. Bring in the other icon over here. And this will be our trash icon. Okay. And then this whole row, template size will be 35. So 40. We have a little space in between. It's easier to see. Alright, so this one, our default value is going to be this item dot item. Okay. This one will be this item dot MSN. This item will be this item dot nomenclature. This one will be this item dot quantity. This one will be this item dot unit cost. Now what I want to do with this one though, I want to move it over a little bit because I want to put in a text label that's going to be really, really small, and I'm going to put in a $sign in there. So it looks like it's money for the text. So, see? And then this one is going to be this item dot total cost. So what we're going to do is, when we're patching this stuff in, on this column right here, I'm going to multiply these two things and add it to the total cost. And when we put this in, this will look like it's calculating here, but it's not. It's calculating off this step and pushing it to SharePoint, and then this is pulling it from SharePoint. Okay. Now, this plus sign right here is designed to create another row. Okay. Now, we're going to have to add a button in here. Okay, so what we're going to do, first we're going to do is we're going to put a button up here. We're going to need the button there because when you open this up and it don't have any items at all in it, it's going to, we need something to create that first row. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert a button up here. We'll put it right here. We're going to make the background black so it doesn't blend in with the background. And then I'm going to put add first row. Okay, that will create our first row. So on select, we're going to go patch, and then our data source, comma, defaults, because we're creating a new item. So request this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go request ID gallery 1 dot selected ID, and then we're going to close it out. So basically it takes the ID of the library of the selected item and puts it in the requested ID, because the requested ID is how you keep stuff together. Okay, so now I only want this to show if there's no items. Okay, once the items show up, I don't want it there anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the items here. I'm going to copy the whole statement, and then I'm going to click back on the button. Then I'm going to go to my visible property. I'm going to go count rows of this, and it's only visible if it equals 0. And you noticed what happened. It disappeared the instant I put that in there. And that's what it should have done. Here in a minute I'll show you what happens when you have no items and how it works. Okay, so on the plus sign here, we're going to do something similar, except we're doing the same thing as that button. It's just going to be a little different. Okay, so that's the gallery. Oh man, no, that's right. Well, the gallery really should be in the edit form. Okay, so let's collapse that. We're gonna cut that. Go here, paste. And we'll go down here. Now are these buttons inside? Okay, the buttons are inside the other form. That's good. Okay, I just screwed totally up. All right, so where'd our button go? Is it? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go back to the items. Or on select, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to copy this and put it on the plus button because it does the same thing. It adds a row, and that's what I want it to do. Okay. So if I go in here and I hit plus, boom, there's a third thing. All right. Now on here, select. This is going to be remove our data source, comma, this item. So if I want to delete that row I just put in, I just got to hit this, and it's gone. And this is our request supplies and equipment. Now, what I need to do now is I need to make sure when I type stuff in here, it gets saved to SharePoint. So I'm on each cell, I'm going to put a patch statement, just like kind of like I did up there. So this time I'm going to write it out because I don't want it to be wrong. All right, so this, instead of being default, it's going to say this item. So you go patch, request supplies list, this item, and then it's going to be item self.text. Close, close. All right, let's copy this. We'll go over to this one. Put it on change. And then this one will be NSM. We'll go here. Wait. Yeah, unchange please. There we go. Paste it. This one's going to be nomenclature. Oh, put an extra colon in there. I wonder why I had to underline. Quantity. Unit costs, we're going to do two operations here. Okay, so unit cost, and then we're going to go. So I'm going to stack this one out just to make it simpler. All right, so we're going to go patch this. Here, okay, so total cost will be this item unit cost times this item dot quantity copy. And then I want to put $, space, and this, I want to encapsulate it because I don't want it to think it's part of the calculation. Alright, that way the total cost will pull right. There we go. Yep. Okay. And now we're going to have to get it locked into this tab. So we're going to grab all our boxes here. So all this stuff is going to be, now we're going to go to visible. This one's going to equal 3, so it's gallery 2 dot selected dot ID equals 3. Now, if we go through these things, everything should be just like it's supposed to be now, which it is. All right, so that concludes the requested supplies and equipment portion. Now we're going to move on to the add files. Okay, adding files is a little more complicated than it sounds. It ain't just a matter of just on the user side. It's just you're basically going to put some files in the attachment box to hit save. But there's a lot of things that happen in the back that nobody sees. Okay. We're going to set up the supporting document screen first, and then we're going to create another screen where the upload actually happens. So on our supporting document screen, you're basically going to have two things. Okay, you're going to have your gallery that shows all the files that are uploaded to your item, and then you're going to have your add files button. Okay, which will lead into the other thing. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our gallery. So let's go insert. We're going to do another blank gallery. And vertical gallery. And we're going to move this down here. Oh, I did forget one thing on the last section, which I'll do here in a second. Okay. Here, let's move back. Now we'll finish. I'll finish this screen, then I'll go back. I forgot to put the total cost of everything that's on the items list to do it, so we'll go back to that here in a second. All right, so our items are going to be filtered, supply request, folder path, equals supply request backslash and gallery 1 dot selected dot name and slash comma is folder equals false. Okay. So let me double check, make sure I didn't goof that up. I guess I'll leave the is folder. Okay. Alright, so in here, we're literally going to put one. We're going to put in one label, and one icon. Okay. Oops. With that, I gotta be inside the gallery. So we're gonna go. That's close enough. Insert label. Okay, and then we're going to move this all the way over. Okay, it's a list of all our files that are attached to this item. Now, another thing I want to do is when you click on the name, I wanted to take you to, I wanted to open up the item so you could look at the file. So we're going to go launch, and then we're going to go wherever the files are located. So it'll be on your thing here. So we're going to grab the site list, go to site name. Okay. Make sure you put your slash in there. And this item dot, no. Full path. I think that's everything. And for that command. We'll check it, make sure it's right. Looks like it. Hey, look, it's my DA2 for 314. Alright, so it works. You need the absolute URL to work, but full path gives you the relative URL. I have to think about it there for a second. And so this shows everything here. So now we're gonna insert a button. Actually, I'm gonna put in a. If I want to delete the file out of it, I want to be able to do that. So we're gonna put in an icon, and I'll use the trash icon because we're deleting. Okay. And select it. Alright, so we're going to go down here and put our trash icon. And it's just like before. Remove, add a source, this item. Okay. So say I want to delete this one right here. Okay, so I go over here, go over to that trash can and hit the trash can, and boom, it should disappear. And it did. Now we're going to click outside the gallery. We're going to go insert a button. This is going to be the button to add files. Okay. Went down a little bit. So this is going to be add files. Okay. On select, it's going to have two things. Okay. We're going to set a prefix. Okay. This is where I talked about earlier where the additional questions that come into play. Well, we're going to do that after this. So first one's going to be called we're going to set a variable called var prefix. And we're going to set this one to general. Because this is like the initial, or it doesn't matter what we call it, it just needs to be in a category that's broad, right? Because on this screen, anything can be uploaded. It doesn't matter what it is. So we're going to categorize it as general. Okay? And then the second variable we're going to set is for the file upload screen. So we'll go there, add files. Sure. All right. So there's that. Now I want to lock these two items in to this tab. So we're going to control click on both. All right. We're going to go to visible. We're going to set this one to 5. So we go gallery to selected ID equals 5. So that way when we go to additional questions or here, we don't get that gallery, right? So let's do this real quick while I'm here. All right, so we're going to select this gallery, but I want to click down here. We're going to insert a label. Okay, we're going to put it down here somewhere. I'll put total cost. And then I'm going to put a second label in here. That's going to do a sum of our data source, which is web supply. No, we're going to do the gallery. Sorry. So this gallery, it's called gallery 4. Dot all items, comma, and then the name of this field right here, which is label 11. Ow. Man, what was that? That hurt. Alright, so let's see. I'll make sure we're doing this right. It's not rendering anything, so I'm not sure I did it right. Sum gallery for all items. Table 17 text. I'm just going to name the text there. Oh. I'll do it a different way. I am going to use the list. Dot total. Oh wait, can't do this item, can I? Total costs. Try again. All right. No, I'll do the gallery, it'll be easier. Gallery. Maybe, oh wait. Okay, I figured out what it was. I was going up to the wrong gallery. So it was confusing, the calculations, but see, you got 2025 down here, and now you got, it's a total of these two things. Alright, so let's go back here. We're going to make our screen for this now. So let's go ahead and we're going to select main again. Insert container. We're going to close the whole thing again. And this one we'll make it orange. A little different. So we're going to go text label, go click. We're going to go add files to, and then we're going to go and gallery one dot selected dot name. Okay. And we're going to make it 30 bold, center, blue, and white. So we'll know we're adding it to this document set. Okay. Now, there's three things required for this. You need a gallery, you need an attachments control, and you need a button. Okay. And what goes along with that is a collection and a flow. So what we're going to do is we're going to first insert our attachments. Now attachments only work, you can only get an attachment control through a edit form control. Okay, we don't need to leave it up, but we need to copy the control out of the form. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go insert, edit form, bring this down here, and we're going to go ahead and put our list in here since we have one already we were using. And then I'm going to edit fields. I'm going to add the attachments control, and then I'm going to close this. We're going to move this over here for a second. I'm going to grab the attachment control only, copy, click out of the edit form and hit paste. And we'll just kind of swap it over here, and then you can delete the edit form. Now you're going to get some errors with this. There's 3 errors that it always throws when you do this. Okay, so just go ahead and clear them out. You basically just got to delete the formula that was in there. We're not doing nothing but collecting files from this, and that's it. And we no longer have any kind of errors. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert a vertical gallery. It's really super important that you do that. There is a image control and a text box we need from this gallery, and that's why it's important to use the vertical gallery, because it'll put the image in there for you. The image file actually contains all the bits of the file. Okay, so we convert that to base 64 for the flow, and then flow will convert it to a different form of base 64 to put it back on SharePoint. Okay, so your items for your gallery will be your attachment control. So you're going to have to rename this. I know what it is. So the ATT for attachments, add files, and then we're going to come over here, and then we're going to go ATT add files dot attachments. Now you'll notice since there's nothing here, it's only going to bring in one line, which is good. Alright, so when you click on your image control, make a mental note of what it's called. Okay, it's image 2. I'm going to leave that alone because I don't know. So we'll go in here and we're going to set this to this item dot value. That will give you your blob information. Now if you come over to the, where is it? Your title 1, it should say this item dot name, and then your subtitle 1 should say this item dot value. All that's good. So make note of your gallery name too. So you got image 2 and gallery 5. Okay. So now we no longer need it visible, so we're going to close it. We're going to shut it off. Now we're going to insert a button. Okay, the button's going to initiate the upload. So you just make it however big you want. There you go, save files. Okay, and we'll make it 625 so you can actually read it. Alright, now in here we're going to do a few commands. The first one is going to be a creating of a collection, because we need the collection in order to upload the files. The collection is basically, it's going to take everything from that gallery and pull it into the collection. Okay? And I'm going to copy the command from this other app, just so I don't type it all in. I'm lazy like that. Alright, so we're going to have to change. I didn't have to change anything. That's amazing. It's the exact same galleries. Alright, so gallery file.all items, you got to make sure that one's right. And then on your JSON command over here, it should say image2 or whatever image control you're using. And that's it. So I'm going to attach a file right now. So we'll grab a couple. We'll grab this one. I'll grab this one. As you can see, you can drag and drop. Right onto the thing. Or you can go like that and upload it that way. Alright. So if we go save files right now, it'll create the collection. And if we open up the collection, you'll see there's our three names and here's the blob information of the files. Okay? This is what we're going to use to upload to SharePoint via a flow. Okay? So now I need to add the flow to our SharePoint or our Power App. So we're going to go add flow. It's called easy file upload supply request. Okay, I had to custom tailor it to this app, or to our library. So you got that. While it uploads, I'm going to go grab the command for the flow. Like I said, I'm not about typing stuff out today. Okay, so it added it just fine. Okay, so we're going to add this in. Now the way this works is you put your name in here. We got to convert that col files to JSON. So we're going to do JSON col files indent 4. It's JSON format .indent 4. Okay, I'm not sure what the indent 4 is for, but it's the format it has to be in for this to work. And then this will change because we're not doing it the same way as I did in my other one. This is going to be our var doc set. Remember, we have our own name for it. And then the var prefix from earlier on that button, that's going to go there. So if you look here, it's blank right now, but that's because I didn't click on the button to come here. And we're going to fix that here shortly. Okay. Now we're going to go back and do this the right way. We're going to come in here and we're going to set our visibility. So it's var add files. Close that. Now we're going to click on our add files to open this up. Alright, so now if we click back in here, open it up, our prefix now says general. Our var doc set name is this. Okay? Or you could actually, you know what, let's not use that because that only works if on the initial screen. So we're going to go gallery 1 dot selected dot name. Okay, that should match what this is right here. Okay, now once you run the flow, we need to reset some stuff, right? We need to reset our attachment control first. Which will clear our gallery because they're directly attached. Then I want to clear my collection to make sure it's empty. And then I'm going to set my prefix to blank. going to close this box. So we're going to set there, add files, false. Okay. So now we're going to go, I'm getting ready to upload these files. So let's go ahead and run this. Whoops, I forgot to put this on. Forgot to set the visibility of this. So let's do that real quick. I forget. But I like going back. That'll be 3. Alright. Now, I don't remember if I put this to refresh or not. I did not. So let's go refresh. Supply request. Now when you upload your files, give it about 20 seconds before you refresh it to make sure it uploaded. Otherwise you may jump on it too soon and it may be still uploading, depending on how big your files are. So let's go ahead and refresh this thing. Now you see down at the bottom here, there's our 3 files that we just uploaded. You notice they say general in the front. The rest of these do not. Okay. I usually call this initial, but I decided to go with general. But I figured it's more pertinent. Alright, so now we got our files. Now let's go back to our additional questions. The additional questions have documentation that need to go uploaded too, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some buttons in here, but they're only going to be visible if you turn these toggles on. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. Okay. This is not this is just a general information type of thing. There's no documentation that goes along with this. It just says other items available for the Army system. If they leave this off, then it's no. If you turn it on, it's yes. Okay. And the OCIE requires an MFR, so we'll have a little additional information to put in there, but that's okay. All right, so let's close. Let's stop playing, and then we're going to inside each of these things. I'm going to insert a button. So let's put that one right there. I don't know why this is not all the way to the end. Makes it hard to, I want it all crushed in there. Alright, so we'll go here. We're going to insert another button. Maybe. Okay, so we'll take it down here. And then we'll go here. We'll insert a button. These buttons are basically the same thing as my add files on my supporting documents. It's going to have the same variables in it. It's just going to, the prefix is the only thing that's going to be different. So we'll go button here. Alright, so this one here, we're going to put bigger. Encompass the whole thing. Alright. So for our unselect, we're going to put set their prefix to DSOR. And then we're going to go set their add files true, because we need to go to our upload screen, right? Now I'm going to copy all this for the next buttons. Alright, so that's, now the last thing I need to do on here is I need to set the visible. So I need to name these toggles though. So if they are toggle DSOR one, but since I'm doing all the other four, I'm going to do the other one too. Toggle OCIE. And this toggle will be toggle paper. Okay, so this toggle, this button will be hidden. Let's toggle dsor dot value equals true. Okay, since it's not in a true state right now, so if we put true, boom. Okay. Now, next one is three quotes. We're going to set the all select to this, and then we're going to just put quotes in there. We're going to go to here. We're going to go to visible, toggle quotes dot value equals true. Okay. Alright, now the OCIE is the tricky one. Okay, so I'm going to open this up a little bit. We're going to copy this over here. And then I'm going to okay. I need to make this a little smaller. Alright, and then we're going to align it right. And then I'm going to put this button right here. And this is going to be upload MFRs here. One thing I forgot is the rename the button up here. It says button. Upload. Three quotes. Here. So let me make this a little bigger. Both of these sync with visible. Toggle OCIE dot value equals true. So as long as oh, got the E. Now, here's something I can do too. I can vary this card height with the depending on if this toggle is selected or not. So if I go to height right here, I can go I got it backwards. Let's just put a false there. Okay. So if it's false, it's that. And with that, it'll blow it open. See, it makes it dynamic that way. Alright. And then this one will name upload capers here. And we'll make the button a little bigger. The button is inside there, right? Okay, it is. Just doesn't look like it at first. Alright. Now our on select should be not there anymore. Set there prefix. I forgot to set the on select for the other button. Oh. Alright. Caper. Semicolon. Set there add files. Sure. And then we're going to go visible, toggle, paper, value equals true. Alright, so I gotta do the on select still. Trust me, you gotta test this thing. You'll realize when on select. Yeah, that's what I want. And trust me, we are gonna test this stuff. Okay. Should be good to go now. Now, I want to actually do one other thing, but we'll do that when we go to the add screen. Alright, so I'm going to go into my supporting documents, and I want to delete a lot of these because we don't need them anymore. I'll delete all but the general ones. Alright. So, we're going to go to additional questions. Is there a DSO purchase? Yes. Okay, let's go add some documents. Alright, so let's do this one and this one. Open. As you see, the regular file names here. Save. Now, when you do that, it brings you back here. So to check it, you got to go to supporting documents. Give it about another 10 seconds. Boom. So you did see DSOR instead of general. Let's go back to general questions. We'll do the next one. I'll put all 3 quotes here. Okay, so we're going to do, since it's looking for 3 quotes, we're going to go with 3 files. Okay. Save files. Go in documents. Refresh. Oops. 3 files. Okay. MFR's here. Okay, we're gonna do 4 of them. 4 MFRs. Save. Open documents. Refresh. 4 MFRs. And the last one. Upload papers here. So we'll do 2 files. Files, foreign documents, file, whoops, have to hit refresh. So you got 2 capers, 4 MFRs, 3 quotes, 2 DSORs, and 3 general. So as you can see, the upload functionality works amazingly. Okay, and we just We're just over an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. All we have left now is the approvals. Basically, we're going to do a simple structure. What I plan on doing is, as you go through the approvals, the status will change. Right now, we're in the initial stages of this request. Now we're beyond that, and now we're going to start moving it through the process. Okay. So what we just did, as far as the user goes, this will take about 2 minutes to do. Okay. You're going to create your document set. You're going to put on all your column data in there, put what you're ordering, and then what supporting documentation you have. And then it'll go like this. It'll go from the requester to the supervisor, supervisor to finance, finance to the contracting officer to logistics. Logistics will order the item. Once it comes in, the requester will be notified and let them know to come pick up their stuff. So this is a really simple process. In the Army, it's not like that. It's actually like a 14 or 15 step process, and I'm not going to do all that because that would take forever to do on here. I'm just trying to show a basic system that you can start with, and then you can add to it as you want, however you want to do it. Okay? So I'll see you then in the last one. Hopefully it'll be the last one.